Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today is the third week of the Christmas Mystery Quilt, which is the Winter Flurries. And this is what it is. It's all flying geese. It is our K and our H fabric. That's it. Let's get started. The very first thing that the directions are stating is that you take your letter H and you're going to put your letter K on this left-hand corner. Now they want you to mark your letter K. So I put my letter K on this little design board here. Move it up a little bit. There we go. And you can see I took the pen that came in one of those boxes. We had the orange and the orange and the green. Remember that? I took the green one because it's the lightest. Put it from that corner to this corner. Put the dashes to represent my 1/4 inch. That's where I'm going to cut. But now this is what I'm going to do. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can go that far. Okay, so once you've sewn down here and cut that off, if you want to discard that, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But this is what I want to do. I want to sew first from here to here. Then I'm going to fold my fabric, make sure that it's correct. Then I'm going to sew the red line from here to here. Then I'm going to cut it. Okay? And this is what you end up with. Move it over. You end up with this right here. And then you can take it. You can open it up and iron it. Let me show you the piece I've got ironed already. And now you have a 2.5 inch half square triangle already made for you. That easy. And then you can take this and you can actually use it in this quilt we're doing. You can put it around the border. You can even put this on the back and you can make a star with it. I can show you how to make a star using all these little half square triangles. This is leftover fabric. So just set all the fabric aside. If you want to do this, go ahead and do this. If you don't, you don't have to. But that's a good way to not waste your fabric. And that's what I'm going to do because I've done it on other projects. And if you don't want to use it for this project, for the back or the border, save it. And then you'll have a container full of half square triangles. And then you can make a quilt. You can either just do all half square triangles. You can make stars. You can make all kinds of things. I think there's over 100 ways to use a half square triangle. All right, so that's it. And let's get started. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention something. So somebody made a response about one of the boxes that I opened just recently that had those cute little scissors in it. And I've gotten those a couple times in boxes. I'm going to put my design board up here. And I made a comment about the snips that I have that I like. Because they don't have... Let me show you here. With a couple of pair of scissors to give you an idea. Okay, so this used to be my favorite scissors. But now that I have arthritis, when I have to put my hand in there, first off, I can't get my thumb any deeper than that because the knuckle has gotten so big on it because of the arthritis. Same with this hand. And so if it gets any bigger, I'll have difficulty taking these off. All right, so that's one pair. Then I went and I bought these because the holes are a lot bigger in them. And then I discovered these, which are what I use, which are snips, so you don't have to put your fingers in any holes. I think I got these on Joann's, and I went ahead and they've got some so that if you don't want to just touch the stainless steel, if your room is cold, they got a little, I don't know if it's rubber or, it feels like rubber on it. And this pair is just a little bit smaller. Let's see if I can keep it from falling off. Than that pair. Hold on one second. You can tell that the ones on the right are a little bit smaller in length, and the blade itself right here doesn't open as much. Let's put it over there. But that's the kind of snips that I like to use because I don't have to put my fingers in it, and then it's not like when I try to take it off, it's hard. All right, so let's get this first one sewn because they're all going to be sewn the same way. I'm going to go ahead and do the red one, and I split them up different colors, red and green, so I could see them. Hopefully my hand's not in the way. I'm trying to keep this perfectly straight. And then I also wanted to let you know that, which I'll show you here in a second, when I laid my ruler down, when I put my ruler, what I did was, let's see if I can show you here. So this was my sewing line, and when I prepared it for the dash, what I did was I went ahead and went on the left. This is the 1/4 inch right here. So I went on the left of my line, watch, instead of being on the line. Because if you go on the line, remember now, when you're using not a lead pencil, but this friction pen, or if you're using chalk or whatever you're using, if you go right on the line and mark your next line, it's going to be further away than a 1/4 inch. But if you back over to the left of your line and then mark it, that'll be your 1/4 inch. So that's what I did to mark the dash lines, which are the cutting lines. Then when I went to mark this line, I did the same thing. I was on the left of the dash lines before I made my line, so that I wouldn't, because I'll end up with less fabric on the right hand side, and my 1/4 inch will be bigger than a 1/4 inch right here. So now you just take your rotary cutter or your scissors, doesn't make any difference, whatever you feel like doing, and cut it. And there it is. And then this is, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to iron this piece, which is my little bitty half square triangle, and this piece before I put the next piece over on that side. I'll be right back. There's my piece ready for the next one, and there's my little bitty half square triangle. And now for the next one. Okay, you can barely see my lines. Here's my stitching line. There's my other stitching line. And then I just go in here and I put, now is where I put my line right on my stitch line, and go ahead and do the 1/4 inch. And there we have it. Now I just got to iron both pieces. Now you're going to go and you're going to do this to every one of your flying geese. It's going to make 8 flying geese. And then I'll show them all to you when I have them laid out here. All right, I thought I'd go ahead and show it to you, and hopefully you can see it. So what I do to make sure that I'm going to go from corner to corner is I put my ruler down, and first I put the tip of my pencil in that corner. Then I come down to this corner while I'm holding on to that corner, and I slowly go over here because I want to touch that same corner, and then I draw my line. Then I go over here, and what I was saying is that I put my line on the edge, so you should be able to see, if you look real closely, you can see where I'm on the left. My black line right here is on the left of the green, and that's where I do my dash line representing the cutting. Then I do the same thing. I come over here and I'm on the left of that line, and that's where I make my next color, because it's not corner to corner. And that's it. And I'm going to do every one of my squares. Make sure that this is on the correct side. For example, that's the good side, and this is the side that goes with the marking on it. I hope that explained it a little bit better for you if you didn't understand while I was having it up there, holding it up. Trying to make it really, really easy and simple. So then it'll be fast. That's why I'm doing all of these in advance, and then I'll have them all stacked up ready to do it, and then I can just go and do one right after the other. There we go. 8 of them completed. And this is an idea of what to do with these leftover half square triangles. This is square and a square. The geese going up, the geese going down, and then here I did the pinwheel. Now here are the things that I have saved from other projects when I was telling you to save those little half square triangles. This is some of the things that I had left over out of other things that I've made. Now this I just actually made that as a little prototype on the pond quilt. It's a little 3D. It's just made out of these are 2.5-inch squares. I just made a set to see if I could do it. And then there's our half square triangles, and if you look at the left, that's left over from the barn quilt. These top two here that are pink, that's left over from baby blankets. You know what this one is. This is the block of the month. That's just another thing that I made. So I always save all these little things because you never know when you can put them all together. Well, that's it for this video. So this was the third one. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Click the little bell so you can get my notices. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.